But he answers their questions, yet he does not tell them everything they want to know. We understand this, don't we? Any good parent in this place this morning, there are things that you choose to tell your children. There are things that you choose not to tell your children. What you tell your children, you expect them to remember and to live in the light of. What you reserve for yourself, you do that because you think it's best for them. Now, we are fallen people who've been saved by God's grace. We are redeemed people, not perfectly wise, limited in our wisdom, and if we can understand the need to do that with our children, then should we not respect the wisdom of our perfect God when He chooses not to reveal certain things to us? If we needed to know it, we would know it. If He wanted us to know it, He would make it plain. So we take what He has revealed, and what we're called to do is to submit our hearts, submit our lives to His wisdom, knowing that what He's given us we need to know, what He hasn't given us we don't need to know. We're going to take what He has given us, we're going to heed it, we're going to listen to it, receive it, take it into our hearts, and then live our lives in obedience to it. That's what we do. And by the way, dear ones, if we're called to do that when it comes to God's plan for the whole world, aren't we called to do that when it comes to the matters of our individual lives? Do you ever wish you had more information about the things you're struggling with right now? Do you ever wish you had more insight into what's going on in your own life? Had more information from God about why it's happening and what it all means and where it's all heading and how He's going to receive glory from it and how you're going to be bettered by it and conform to the image of Christ through it? Do you ever wish you had more information about the things going on in your own life? Do we understand today that we are called to live lives of submissive faith? Will we trust God with what we don't know and simply act on what we do know? And believe Him, trust Him? Isn't that what faith is? Isn't it trusting God? Is there someone here this morning, you've been struggling with the matter of trusting God? You believe Him with respect to the gospel. You've trusted in Christ. Isn't it a testimony to our sinfulness that we say we trust God with our eternal future, but then we struggle to trust God with present issues? I mean, which is the bigger issue? The fact of your eternal salvation or something you've gone through this past week? Which is the larger issue? And yet this is the reality of our smallness. This is the reality of our sinfulness, that we do struggle in those ways. We say, I trust you with my everlasting, my immortal soul, but I'm struggling to trust you with what's going on at work, or I'm struggling to trust you with what's happening in my family, or I'm struggling to trust you with what's happening in my body, in my physical health. We're called to live lives of submissive faith, and not just with the details of our lives, but with what's happening in the whole world. God has it under control.